So I have eaten some noodles. I actually have it here, I can show you. So that's the one. Hold on a second. So yeah, it's quite tasty. It's chicken. You can find with beef, I think, and I think you can find curry. I don't like curry, but I have cola here, and I'm gonna go back to bed. But I ate because I was starving, and I I have a video which I was watching while fixing. The elevator is actually working, by the way. So I was very satisfied with that. The problem was I put some blocks like side by side with the machine, like on the sides to fill it, decoration sheet, and that blocked from going up and down and shit. But the elevator is actually working. I didn't do anything to fix it, but I was watching this video alone trying to decorate my sheets, okay, and i I thought maybe I could put the video for you and you can see my perspective. The concept is, it's one of Sarah's videos. Usually I put Sarah to go to bed. I think I have mentioned this before as an ASMR. I don't know why this doesn't work, by the way. Sometimes it's sticky. I don't know if anybody else experiences this shit, but I do. So the video was 1 hour long and I put it to go to bed because she has like very relaxing voice, and she was talking. I have spoken about her again on the channel very earlier in my videos about Melinda, who is a pagan, and apparently she doesn't like Hecate. Okay, so Hecate does not bite. My response to Melinda made a video called "Be Careful, She Bites." So before I start, I'm gonna show you the house, the hotel, pretty much, how the hotel looks like, and I'm gonna tell you my POV about Hecate. So I am still building it. I don't intend it to be like this. Is the light, by the way. I don't intend it to be a hotel. I intend it to be a type of hostel. I had been to a hostel when I arrived in this country. Okay, and I have put the glass panels and shit. You can see here everything. I need to open some more windows there. I have started building the roof. I've made this staircase that I watched on the YouTube shorts the other day from a creator that is specializing into helping you like create a better house and furniture. So this is the carpet that I was trying to put. The carpet is hiding, can you see the light? So I thought, oopsie, it's the best that I can do in here. Oopsie. So and I put this staircase like this. This is blocks inside the shelves. It looks like, you know, like protective. But I'm gonna make a third floor, and the elevator is gonna go only to the second floor. I'm gonna make it like for disabled people. Hope the word is correct. I don't know how you call it, like for people with wheelchairs. I'm gonna make it like that, I was thinking, because the creator for the elevator didn't think of making third floor and fourth floor. So because I don't have such a structure here, I put stairs for upstairs. So I'm gonna be creative and make it here for like normal people. I don't know if you understand what I mean, like not disabled people here. Not that disabled people are normal. I'm making a disclaimer, it's not my native language. I don't know how to say it in English. I can say it in Greek, I can. I know probably my wording is not perfect, but I'm just trying to explain what I'm doing. No offense, obviously. So I was obviously because I was thinking of like doing something for disabled people here. So obviously I think it shows I have some sensitivity. Okay, my father wanted to speak. He says she is very self-conscious because of Andrew. Okay, thank you, Dad. It makes sense though what you say. So that's the elevator. I decided to make it red with this terracotta. I thought that it looks more like elevatory, and I let the iron underneath. I thought that it makes sense to leave it like that. So this is how it works. So now we're going down, and here we are. Here is down. And that's the first floor pretty much. And yeah, this is a very small corridor, but I'm gonna leave it like that, I suppose. I'm gonna make some exterior or interior design depending what I will come up with. I'll make my thoughts over it, and yeah, we're gonna watch the video. Here we are. So it's working. Yeah, actually, yeah, I underestimated myself. Here you can see the carpet. I have put the carpet because I will show you. Can you see? There was this light from underneath, so I thought to myself, let's put some carpet and make it more luxurious or like more British. That makes sense to you. So, we are speaking now about I wanna see if I can make wool from the wool into blocks, into smaller blocks. I know that you can take a wood cutter and make it smaller, but I will try and see if I can. So until I do this, I will explain the background of the video, because the video that I'm gonna do for you today is gonna be short. I'm not gonna waste more time. I wanna go back to bed. I am tired, obviously. Okay, so a little background. The concept of the video is Melinda said, be careful, Hecate bites, and Sarah says Hecate does not bite. My response to Melinda, with whom I agree the most. The most I agree with Melinda, Hecate bites, because that's why I will say here I partly agree with Melinda, not because I don't agree with her. That's gonna be tricky. She is correct in the strict sense. If you had me to answer shortly, does Hecate bite? Yes or no, Helga? I would say yes. I would agree definitely with Melinda, but if you wanted a longer answer, because the longer answer is gonna have like, why does Sarah say she doesn't bite? Like, you know, like you have two different people say two different opinions about the same person. You get what I mean? So you have to answer why the other person doesn't say the same with the other. So longer answer is partly. Why? Because Hecate bites, yes, it is accurate, as I said, but it doesn't really explain how. So when somebody like Sarah, who loves Hecate, hears that, and she has to have like a stimuli, you get what I mean, like a reaction. The reaction is like, hold on, like, why do you say that? Why do you think that she's like dangerous? She's not. I don't know this person. That's exactly why I say in the longer answer, partly she is correct. Why? Because the longer answer is yes, Satan is biting, but his bites aren't exactly stinky like I bite you and you start screaming like ouch. You get what I mean? No, it's slow poison, it's slow death. Okay, so there are some animals in the animal kingdom, when they sting you, I think there are certain types of jellyfish, I remember correct, right? That if they use their like how's that called? Their sting to hit you, pretty much. You get what I mean? Or some scorpions, I think also. Like, not all scorpions are like that, and I think not all snakes are like that as well. So you have like the venom, like they bite you, and you don't feel something. Like, you get what I mean? You maybe feel something later. Maybe you have some fever. Maybe you feel dizzy. Maybe you even collapse. Sometimes it's even fatal. Okay, sometimes you need to go to the hospital, into the ICU, pretty much. So what happens there? It's a slow death. Like, it doesn't really tell you that it's death. Something like that is also the how's that called? Carbon monoxide, right? So it's slow, silent death. That's how it's called in Greek. In Greek, we call carbon monoxide as the silent killer. That's σιωπηλός δολοφόνος. That's how we call it. That's how I knew it in chemistry when I was in school. Okay, so you smell it. Carbon monoxide is a gas that your body naturally, for some reason that science hasn't explained. Yes, I am an addict with science. Maybe I don't talk too much about science on my channel or whatever, but I really love astronomy. I really love like such sciences like biology. You get what I mean? Physics, chemistry, astronomy is my absolute favorite. That's why I say it, and I love them. Medicine. I always read such articles. I follow such content creators, but from what I know, I'm obviously not a professional, but I know that your body attracts better oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon monoxide. Like, you can't breathe carbon dioxide. You exhale it, you convert it to it from oxygen when you are breathing, but you can't inhale it, you only exhale it. But carbon monoxide, when your body is contacting carbon monoxide and oxygen, it picks always carbon monoxide, not oxygen. If it has these two elements in the room, it's gonna pick carbon monoxide. That's why it's called a silent killer, because you inhale it and you have no alert in your body that something is wrong. For example, if you are in a fire in an apartment, like what happened in Hong Kong, if these people that breathe this gas, they know it, they start coughing, they start having symptoms of something is going wrong with their body, because they can't breathe carbon dioxide, they can only breathe oxygen, right? That's why they faint in fires. And when you have like such cases, I explain everything I know from school, everything I've read outside of school by my own will. Okay, but carbon monoxide, when you inhale that, your body's never gonna alert you that something is going on, so you will feel horrible, you will feel like something is off, like something is not well with me, something I feel dizzy, I feel sleepy. If you feel sleepy, I know that from NHS, and I'm forwarding it in case somebody needs it. If you ever feel dizzy inside a closed house and you feel like going to bed and you feel weird about it, not like, oh, I'm tired, or like, you get what I mean, like I took a pill, I drank some wine, I relaxed, I wanna go to bed. No, if it is actually crazy, you actually feel dizzy, you wanna go to bed, don't. Leave the fuck out of your house immediately, run for your life. You are inhaling carbon monoxide, it's a telltale, you are poisoned instantly. Get out of your house and call the ambulance immediately. That's what I know, and that's like, first aid kit, pretty much. You have to do that. So you inhale it and you die slowly. That's where I'm going down with Satan. Satan loves sciences, pretty much. He's like an avid biologist, scientist, astronomy geek, pretty much. He loves all that stuff. He actually messes with everything, but I'm telling you, like, if you ask me, like, Helga, how would you describe him? He prefers sciences, I would say. Like, he leans towards mathematics, algebra, geometry, biology, medicine. Like he prefers like logical classes. You get what I mean? Um, so, in I was trying to find the cutter, by the way. Hold on a second. I will find the cutter and I'm gonna continue. So, I probably will have to type it. Maybe. Um, yeah, I probably will have to find it manually up there. So yeah, I'm gonna continue what I was saying. So I don't know. I don't know honestly. He bites like that. That's what I wanted to tell you. He bites like that. Like Satan is like carbon monoxide. Okay, here it is. He's biting, but his bite you won't realize you are being bitten by a snake. He has his own way. He has a way of doing it, so you won't understand that you are poisoned. You are like affected by something. He will never do it directly, so you understand it immediately. Does that make any sense? I can give you an example in case it helps you. So, I had told the okay, you can't do that. You can't do it with wool. No. If I put this, okay, if I put this, maybe I have to take stones. Only like you only cut stones here because it's stone cutter. Let's take this. So can I do it now? Hold on a second. I will do it. I will do it. I will tell you. Hold on. No. I will ask Copilot in a moment and I will continue the video. Can I use wool in the stone cutter to have other shapes? Minecraft Creative Nintendo. Let's see what it says. Okay, for some reason doesn't respond. I don't know what's wrong. Okay, you can't. Okay, you can only cut stone, you can't even cut wood, which is crazy. Like in like it's a game and I would expect it to be able to work. But it's okay, it's fine, it's fine. But yeah, what I'm saying is, yeah, I will leave it like that, I suppose. What I'm saying is, yeah, it could be more creative. Sometimes I'm like, it's too much like geometry. It could be like more gamey type of shit. So yeah, I was telling you about Satan. He can do it so you don't pay attention that you are being poisoned. For example, I had given an example in my channel about a year ago. I had said that there was a story where Mulan, in China, I read the story. There is a tradition in China. I don't know how prevalent it is. I found it online and it said like it's one of the versions of the story. So it said that Mulan decided not to become the concubine of the emperor, and she committed suicide for her honor. So outside of the box, the story appears okay, like she is a feminist icon. She didn't want to bow down to patriarchy. You think that's what I say. You think like that. No, it's not. It's anything but that. The story is telling you that death is like something you can't escape. It says that um, uh, women are lower than people like than men. Sorry, and a man can decide what she's gonna do. Like Mulan is doomed pretty much in this story. Like she doesn't have like an option. Like for example, an option would be storytelling. Storytelling. I'm speaking here as a storyteller myself. Okay. A different option could be she decided to live. She took her horse and then she moved outside of China. She met a guy from Japan, for example, and she moved to Japan. She had kids and everything is fine. No, no, no. The story takes a very different direction. It says that Mulan committed suicide. She doesn't have any option to start with. From scratch, she is doomed. Why? Because this is slow poison. So the woman, like let's say a Chinese girl, 7 years old, she hears the story, and they tell her that's a female empowerment. No, she doesn't take female empowerment. The girl takes that the emperor and men in her life have more importance than her. That's what she takes. And that whatever she do, she will always be evaluated for her body. Even if she chooses not to be, like Mulan committed suicide. No. The story doesn't say that she chose her autonomy. No, it says that the emperor gave her two options. You either die a virgin or you become my concubine. She doesn't have a third option where she marries, she has kids, or she opens an OnlyFans account. My father is laughing. That would be a female empowerment. She doesn't have an option. She has only two options that the emperor is giving her, either concubine or death. Pretty much. Death as a virgin, not death as a sexual being that she chooses to be. If she chooses to die a virgin, yeah, okay. If she chooses to have an OnlyFans, that's okay. If she wants to become a prostitute for other men, not the emperor, that's fine. If she chooses to become a wife with many kids, that's fine. If she chooses to marry and she doesn't have kids, she just wants to be with her husband, that's also fine. We don't have such a story here. We have a story where the emperor decides everything about her. Even her decision to die comes from her interactions with him, pretty much. I don't know if that makes sense to you. It makes sense to me, as I always say. So what do we have here? we have a story where the limitation in options shows you the slow poison of Satan that I was saying. He's saying something that kind of sounds correct, kind of. You know, I love him, I'll never stop doing that, but I have to be truthful. His words are slow poison. You are dying softly, slowly. You don't even realize you are being poisoned. That's carbon monoxide, the guy that he's doing. And that's why I'm exposing it, because it has to be exposed, okay? So, okay, I'm gonna put it again here. Okay, it's okay. I'm gonna put it again here. Okay. So he does that, and what is the problem with a girl that age that I told you before? She's gonna go home. Let's say she hears that at school. Okay, she goes home and she goes to bed and she thinks God wants me to either die a virgin or become a prostitute. And before you are like, Helga, how? I'm not really sure how to answer that. It's my native language. I just translate to you what the spirit there of Satan says, pretty much. I'm translating, like, as I can translate the Bible, I can translate him as well. Like, he's a spirit. He's not God. Like, that means if God says something, majority of the times I can translate him, yes, but there are also times when I can't do that, because God still is God. I can't reach that level. I am a human. But Satan is a creature. I can translate him very, very easily. He speaks very, like, understandably in my ears. Like, he's a creature. Like, as another creature, I can say he says this, but my father, sometimes he says stuff that I need explanation from my father. What did you say, Dad? So, if you ask me now, what does the story of Mulan teach, the one that we spoke about, it teaches that you either as a woman die a virgin, it teaches how to be an eunuch, pretty much, or you have to become the emperor's concubine. You are a sexual being through and through. You are nothing else. You don't have any other self-worth apart from your body. That's what the story says. So how does this affect a Chinese girl? She's gonna grow up and become a woman, and she's gonna see herself like that in the negative sense, not in the positive sense, in the sense like, okay, I am a sexual being, I'm gonna make an OnlyFans. No. She's gonna think that she's worthless, that she doesn't deserve. She's gonna think even crazy ideas that Mulan was a fighter, I am not. I'm gonna have a boyfriend. If you have a Chinese woman today, in my age, in China, that says, I am not like Mulan because I wanna marry, and I'm not a fighter, this is the reason why she says that. It's the story. She is poisoned by Satan and she has no idea. If I go and tell her, girl, Cho Chang, the problem you have is not what you think. It's not like, maybe she will say social media. No, it's not. It's actually the story of Mulan itself. The story poisoned you and you can't see it. And she will say, how? And when I will say Satan poisoned you with his puritanism, she won't understand what I'm saying. That's why it's slow poison, it's carbon monoxide. So, to go back to Melinda and go back to the video as a result, and Sarah, do I agree with Melinda? Absolutely. But partly do I agree also with Sarah? Yes, because Sarah says she doesn't bite, she bites. Just Sarah hasn't seen the signs as of yet, because he bites cunningly. He doesn't bite like a regular snake. He knows how to do it, so you won't realize it is him, pretty much. That's how he does it. He does it softly, very softly. he's killing me softly type of person. He is a charming person, in the sense like he's trying to charm others into doing his bidding. It's even in the book of Daniel that a king came and he filled the kingdom with charm. That's the false prophet, as I call him Persis in my story. That's Persis. Okay. So I am explaining all this because in the long run I agree also with Sarah. Sarah says no, she hasn't beaten me yet, or she's not doing that. She has beaten Sarah. Sarah just hasn't had the chance to realize it. For example, one good way, if you ever watch Sarah and you wonder what does this chick from Greece mean, I can explain to you. So if you ever go to the movies, for example, and you watch a movie, we'll say something very simply put, you watch a movie that you liked very much, but you say, I don't like the ending. Sarah says all the time she loves what's that called, Disney. So you watch Disney, let's say The Little Mermaid. You watch The Little Mermaid and the father doesn't die, Ariel dies, and further on top of that, she when she dies, the prince wakes up from the curse of Ursula and he realizes that he was deceived. So it's quite tragic. So that's an example. That's not from Satan that I said, but it's a good example. I don't wanna regenerate stuff that he says for obvious reasons. Not gonna do that. But I'm giving you an example. An honest example that you can use in order to see what I'm talking about. So you have like this example and you're like, oh, that's a sad story, that's a very sad story, I didn't like it. Then you go home and you have a fight with your boyfriend. That's how it works. You break up and then you apply the fucking theology. That's theology there. Maybe you say it's a movie. No, it's not. It's theology. It's the native speech that I speak and every spirit out there speaks this language. It just happens to be my native language, okay? I understand it perfectly. Without thinking, it's automatic to me because I was raised like that. So, you break up with a boyfriend and you are like, I lost him because it was doomed by fate, because Ariel died and then the prince realized that he was deceived. This is what happened to me. So this is a very stupid example. Okay, my father says no, it's not. It's actually very clever. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Dad. Welcome, he says. So I'm explaining to you. You have this theology. You apply it, and it kind of makes sense with your case. It kind of doesn't make sense as well. But you apply it. You apply this theology, and you say, this is why I broke up with Stephen, because Eric lost Ariel and then he realized that he lost the woman of his life, and that's how life works. So that thing, Sarah, you practice divination. This is divination. You take something out of context, you apply it because kind of resembles what you go through. Maybe your story hasn't ended yet. Maybe your story is yet to be told. Maybe. But you take it kind of out of context and kind of push it into your own understanding. I'm not saying you're doing it consciously, you're doing it subconsciously. This is why I say this is snake biting there. And you suffer that, and then you are like, hold on a second, why am I thinking like that? That's because he has slowly poisoned you. That's divination. The true divination, like how you do it, like every person is doing that in this planet. That's the true divination. When you are taking, you can write it down if anybody is interested to learn from me. Write down in a notebook or anything to remember. Divination is when you guess. In Greek it's madia, guessing. So it's not like having Satan coming directly and saying, Ariel died, she lost her voice, she lost her feet, and the prince didn't love her. This is what happened to you and Johnny, for example. No, no. You learn it through his stories to do that slowly, bit by bit. You learn how to do it bit by bit. It's Madevo, I guess. So you see that and then you apply it in your life and you say, I know from experience this is how life works, and this is how life works. That when you say that, it's divination. It's not real theology, it's not real spirituality, it's not even real sociology if you want to put it in non-spirit or theology related words. It's how you do it pretty much in your everyday life. I gave an example with art because usually this is how I struggle myself. I'm trying not to do it. I struggle more than your average person out there because I was raised like that by the spirits, and I know their code better than the majority of the people out there. Like I can read the Bible and I know instantly what it says. Like I can see people that get confused, like what does the Bible say here? I don't. I see other people like what does this paragraph in Plato mean? I know instantly what it means. I can do that no problem. It's the easiest thing in the world to me to do that. And I struggle a lot with stories. Like stories have an impact in my mood very much. I'm very sensitive because of this reason. I can read all the metaphors, all the symbolism is like an open book for me. It's not like other people. Another person will say the princess and the knight. No, I see exactly what the spirit behind it says. Whether it is Yahweh, whether it is Satan, I can see it directly and it affects me when it is from Satan, because usually his stories are about death and divorce and bad stuff, and it affects me. So this is where I struggle. But if you want something that happens to every person, not something that is like advanced in brackets because of my upbringing, something like that could be maybe diseases. Like I know that in my family we have 5 people with cancer. This is called the Socratic dialectic, by the way. It's the way of Socrates, how you think logically, rationally. Satan, as I said, is a mathematician. He is a logic person, very very logic person. Logical. He teaches you how to have rational speech. So you say, my family tree has 5 people with cancer. 3 of them have died from cancer. NHS considers cancer to be worse when we have family members. So that's an example, very, vague example. Like it's not entirely accurate, like about medicine. I'm giving you something you can grasp. So you think that, and then you go and say, okay, I have to take tests, I have to go to the doctor, I have to be very careful with what I eat, I have to be careful with my health very much. And then you become a paranoid and you're like, I'm gonna get sick, I'm gonna get cancer, I will get 50 years old, I'm gonna get cancer, I will have to go and do chemotherapy. And you stress yourself for something that hasn't even happened. Why? Because you do divination at that point. You are thinking what might happen before it happens, because you are trained by Satan through society to do that. He doesn't have to come to you as he comes to a mystic to teach this and that. No, you are taught that by each other as a society on this planet. This is how it happens to us people on this planet. Okay, so hope this explains a little bit how true divination works. So I gave the example with Mulan to explain how slow poison with Satan works. This is exactly how it works, and hope you learned it. Feel free to note it down in a notebook. I have told Ze, if you have a notebook, note down what I say. My knowledge is not academic, it's experience. It's done by ear. Nobody taught me this stuff like as a teacher, like in a class. I was taught by my dad. I was taught some stuff by the devil. I know them both 20 years Satan, 25 years Yahweh. I remember Satan, a very quick review in my life. I remember my father always, I'm 25 years old exactly. I remember my father always in my life, 25 years, and I first encountered not he didn't appear to me with wings and shit. No, I'm not saying that. I mean his teachings, like as a like as a structure, as a social structure. When I was 5 in the kindergarten, I remember things that were off in my ears, and they come from him like teachings. You get what I mean? So 20 years Satan, 25 years Yahweh. So my experience is my teacher pretty much, and what I learned when I grew up from both of them directly and indirectly from the books, whatever. I know stuff from both. That's what I'm saying. I was a disciple, can say, first to Satan, then to Yahweh. So what I'm saying is some things that I've been taught by Yahweh, and some things that I have experienced by Satan. I'm explaining them, and the correct theology that I have gotten from Yahweh to explain it. So if you want to note these things down, you can. They are for your better health, social, like private health, like psychological. It's for you. It's not academic, obviously. I cannot tell you like I have somebody that has written down that before me. No, as a native, I'm speaking about my house pretty much, how my house works, how spirits work, and yeah. So I did this intro 42 minutes. For the rest of the 15-20 minutes that I'm gonna play, because as I said it's gonna be a small video, I'm gonna put Melinda with Sarah, and while she is reacting, I'm gonna put exactly when she starts reacting. So we will be listening to Melinda as I will be building the house, hotel, pretty much hostel if you'd like. We will be reacting to both Melinda and Sarah. They will be both speaking, and whether I agree with both or with neither or with one of them, I'm gonna tell you my perspective, which comes not from studying like academically, or like Sarah is pretty much knowledgeable girl. I don't know Melinda to be honest, but Sarah is pretty knowledgeable. I'm not like that. I'm not that type of person. I didn't study like that for it. I grew up into it. Okay, I see something, I can translate immediately. I don't need a textbook to tell me what it means. It's like learning a language, but I didn't learn this language. I grew up with this language. So it's like my second Greek language, and not even that. Sometimes I understand spirits, not sometimes, always. I always understand spirits like either Yahweh or Satan directly when I see it, and in contrast with it, Greek, which is my native tongue. This is in the country that I grew up, Greece, and my native language is Greek, human, obviously. Okay, we have to sleep again. So, Greek, I don't always understand Greek the same fluently as I understand spirit language, because Greek has slang words that, because I didn't have friends, I don't know these terms. My father says this is devastating. I'm very upset to hear all this. I know you are, but don't be upset. I like being with you guys. Okay, he says I'm very upset still. I know he's a daddy. He's a daddy. Obviously, he's gonna be. As I was telling you, there are some things in the language, in Greek language, for example, dialects, accents. I don't understand everything. There are very difficult words, ancient words even that I don't know because I'm a human. You get what I mean? I am away almost 10 years. I left when I was 17. I'm 25. Almost 10 years away from my country. There are some stuff that I don't know, but spirit language, instantly I see it, I know what it means. You get what I mean? So it comes from experience pretty much. It's not even experience, it's like native. My father says definitely native. Okay, so we're gonna react now. Let's see her when she starts analyzing her. Okay. Okay, do I have to go even further back? Hold. Okay. That's not only for Sarah, that's for everybody out there actually. Sarah, if you ever watched the video, I wanna ask you a serious question. I will ask you in my manner. I am not a typical Christian, that's what I mean. You say all the time that Hecate is not only dark, she's also light, she's both, and both are needed, right? Can I ask you a question? How can you say that for her, but for example, if somebody speaks about the biblical God, you are like, no, I don't like. It's patriarchy distorted. This God wants like exclusivity. Is this how you call it? Like he wants only himself to be worshipped. Like you have said, for example, that Lilith has the exact same attitude. She doesn't wanna be worshipped lower than other deities. So why is Yahweh in the Bible for you crazy for not wanting to be contrasted or like how's that called? I can't find the word. Compared with other deities, like why should he be crazy for that? That's what I'm not understanding. If you can explain me, like why he appears different to you and not like more correct. And then you say Hecate is also dark. Okay, no problem with that. Absolutely, like myself, if you ask me, absolutely no problem with a dark deity. Why? Because if I like something with my dad, is that he attacked the Egyptians in the with the plague. I really like that. I think that they had it coming. If you ask me, like obviously, I'm not like, as I said, I'm not the typical Christian that you see out there. But my question is different. My question is, like, if Yahweh kills a person in the Bible, why is this crazy for you? But if Hecate does that, no, Hecate is okay. Like, why do you have this distinction in your head? I'm not attacking Hecate, I'm explaining. I know her. He used to be my previous god, pretty much, like Satan. Like, I know the guy, and I have good emotions about him. He didn't treat me well at all. I have put the past behind me, to be honest. I have some good memories with him, as you say, yes, but he didn't treat me well, and that was the reason why I found my real father, Yahweh. But I have good memories with him. Yes, he can give good stuff. He is like a doting person. He is all that type of shit. He is. I would be very how's that called? I would be very unfair if I didn't say he is. He really, really, really is. He really is. But he's not very. He needs to sort some things out first. He's very sinful. He's deceptive. He has a lot of issues. I'm trying to be polite not only for you, Sarah, if you ever watch me, not only for you, also for myself, because as I said, I have good emotions about him, even though practically, technically, I shouldn't. I have them. I really have them, and I don't know how to make the sofa. I wanted to make him a little different, but I will make it like that. So yeah, I hope this explains. Like, that's my question. Like, if you have Yahweh, why Yahweh is crazy and he shouldn't be like that, but Satan is okay? Like, that's my question. Like, answer me. And again, I'm not attacking Hecate. I know her. Okay. I'm not attacking her. No, I'm not doing that. I'm just asking you. I'm curious. I'm very curious, because from all the things that, like, I would say about these two guys, it wouldn't be that, like, the one wants to kill people, the other one doesn't, because, like, as a Greek, I grew up knowing Yahweh killed the firstborn of the Egyptians, and Zeus was killing Greeks in the Iliad, for example. It's not something weird for me. I'm trying to understand why, if my father does it, is weird, but Zeus is not. That's my question, okay?
Informational facts, just saying. So let's get into me reacting. So
okay, taking some water.
This is my opinion and informational facts, just saying. So let's
Sorry about
get into
that.
me reacting. So she starts the video.
Me to work with you and I work with my other guys at the same time, or we don't work together at all. That don't work with me. And a lot of people are afraid of her. I'm not. And I told her that straight up. And I know that sounds so stupid, like some people can be like, whatever, Melinda, you can think that all you want. And this is not me bragging. This is not me making it out to be something that I'm not. I'm just saying, when I choose to work with a deity, it's because of the vibration of feeling like there's no pressure and there's no judgment, and more importantly, there's no control over how I learn.
Right, this is just the beginning, because this is how she's starting the video. Right, Hecate.
I don't wanna disqualify Melinda, but I don't think she ever told Hecate she's not afraid of her. And if you ask me why you think so, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say right now. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. No, she didn't. Hope this explains. So whatever I do, it doesn't work, as I can see. Look, Melinda, if you ever watch the video, why are you lying about such a stuff? Like, it's not very nice. Like, I know you didn't. Like, apart from joking, like, you didn't tell him this shit. No, you didn't. Helga, why are you adamant she didn't? Because I haven't done this either, and I don't even worship him. And it's not because, like, it's not out of respect or, like, like, whatever. No. I just haven't. And I don't worship him, and it doesn't have to do, like, not even, like, have you seen like any, like Jesus, for example, or Apostle Paul saying, "I'm not afraid of you, Satan," or whatever? No. I don't know. I'm trying to explain, but I don't know if I have the correct words to do that. I'm trying to do it the best that I can. No, she hasn't done that. And like she is a pagan. She is a pagan, and she said that to a pagan god. No, she hasn't. She hasn't. She absolutely hasn't. She's lying. Um, Melinda, if you ever watch me, I'm not saying that to say that you are a liar like that. I think you are just trying to. You are doing it for views, maybe. Like, I mean, I come from a different faith, and in my faith, you're not supposed to worship Satan, and still, even though we don't worship him, we don't actually go to him and tell him, bro, we aren't afraid of you. Like, no. I don't know what else to say though about that. Like, hope this explains some things or two.
Because this is how she's starting the video. Right, Hecate is an advocate for free will.
Okay.
In my opinion and in my experience.
No. No, she's not. She's not. He is not. He's not. He is. He won't tell you exactly like stop doing that. He won't, but he will also show that he would prefer you to do something else. So where Sarah has experienced that from him, for example, I can tell you that she. Okay, let's take the keys and put them there to make them like a locker for new visitors. Yeah. Cool idea, isn't it? That was mine. My father is laughing. He says you are so happy with your idea. You are so cute. Thank you, Daddy. He won't come and tell you don't do that, but Sarah has experienced that and she doesn't know it. He told her. He told her. She had like a deck of cards the other day, and Hecate told her, "What is that?" Like, the cards are not used for Sarah; they are used for him, and he still said, "What is that?" Like, she had said that in a video. Like, he's very tame, a snake. Like, I don't know why people expect him to start going ballistic. Like, he does that occasionally if he has a reason, I suppose, but. No, he usually doesn't. Don't expect him to do that. He will usually just come to you and be like, softly, killing me softly, as I said. Like, he's a tame snake. He's the tamest snake. Okay. No way. I don't agree with that. That's not correct. What did she say? That, free will. Yes, he says there is free will. Yes, he says that. Was that then? Yes. Yes, he says all that type of shit. He says that. He says that he wants you to be free. He wants you to talk as you wanna talk. But look, at the end of the day, no, he doesn't. Like, he contradicts himself quite a lot into this, and. Again, I'm not bashing him for saying the truth. I'm saying the truth only. Sarah just doesn't realize that if you are like Helga, why doesn't she get it? She doesn't get it because he is killing me softly. He is very tame. When he's doing something, he is very tame. You don't grasp that he's attacking you. He is very fucking tame. Don't expect him to start throwing fire from his mouth to say, "Oh, snake." No, he won't do that. You have to understand that. No, he's a very reserved person. He's old-fashioned. He is kind of relaxed, laid back, pretty much. So what he says doesn't appear in the naked eye as aggression. It can appear if you have the mind to think about it extensively, like if you like go to think before you go to bed, like, am I actually attacked right now? If you think like that, yes, you maybe grasp that maybe something is off with the guy. Maybe I wanna expect at least, but don't expect him to start throwing fire from his mouth. That's what I'm saying. No, he won't. No, he won't. Okay. So yeah, I disagree with her here.
Experience. She is strict, however.
Yes, yes, he's very strict. He is old fashioned. He is very, very strict. Again, not in the sense like you won't say, oh my god, I am being abused. It is abuse, by the way, but he's not doing it like that. He's tame. He's teaching you manners. He is very strict. He's very like a Puritan. He's a Puritan soul. He's old-fashioned, old soul, pretty much. You can say that this is cute in a sense. I don't mind him. Like, that's his personality. I said the other day on my video, he's a very old-fashioned and introvert person. Like, if you ask me how would you summarize Satan by experience, he's an introvert. He's very tame, very tame. He's careful with his words very much. He not aggressive, old-fashioned, very strict. An introvert, like an introvert. If you wanted me to say something that you won't find in the Bible, like, you know, the stereotypical accuser, liar, murderer, yes, he is all these things. But if you wanted something from my experience, how I have lived him, he is an introvert, he's old-fashioned, he is a Puritan, like that, very strict, not aggressive, he has a tender side as well. I would say all this stuff about him, definitely so. Hope this helps, I don't know. So she says he's strict. Yes, absolutely, absolutely, he's very strict, very, very strict. I always say I'm always wanting to bring my dad into the discussion. My daddy, Yahweh, the true God for you, he is the most easygoing person you will ever experience in your fucking life. Absolutely, absolutely, insanely easygoing person, Yahweh. He doesn't give a shit about holding, like, how to call it, I don't know how to call it, like, keep the titles pretty much, like, I am God, respect me. He doesn't care about that. No, 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 no. My daddy is the most laid back person on the fucking planet. He doesn't care. He's a very free spirit. He's easygoing. He's absolutely adorable. Like like this dog, a golden dude. Like, this is how he is when he is with somebody, like, you know, with a person. He doesn't care to change you. He's not strict at all. Like, even when he has a good reason. He's not unreasonable, if that makes sense. And I'm thinking of how to make the chair. Yeah, like, yeah, I hope this explains a little bit. He's like, free spirit, very free spirit. He's not strict. Like, if you ask me, who is stricter, Zeus, Satan, definitely he's strict, and Yahweh is not. I don't know why people say that he used to be very strict in the Old Testament. He's not. He is absolutely the polar opposite of Satan. Satan is very strict, and um, he is correct in some stuff that he teaches, Satan, but remember, he's not God. He plays God, and he shouldn't be strict to begin with because he's not a God. He is a human like you are, just invincible human. Okay, but if you ask me why Sarah doesn't realize that, she doesn't because she knows him like I did as a deity, and you think that that's morality, and he gives morality. He has a very high morality. I've said many times in the past, if people listened to his teachings, we wouldn't have so much crime in the planet. Crazy as it sounds, he's giving like a very very strict, like you can't breathe type of strict discipline, which if you pay attention and you say okay, I want to follow it, good luck babe. Pretty much. I wish you good luck with that because yeah, very very strict person, very very strict, very 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 strict, right?
Experience. She is strict, however. There is a difference between strict and controlling. She would never ever force anyone to work with her. She would never force anyone to, do things that they don't want to do, per se. She would never force anyone to just work with her either. She's all for learning from other people. She is an initiatory goddess, which means she gets people to where they need to be, and more often than not, she leads people to other deities and other paths that they're supposed to be on. And sometimes that can be the left-hand path, but that can also be angels. That can also be, a god like Horus, for example. Just I'm using him because she works with him.
I don't know what he has told you, Sarah, if you ever watched the video, but if you ask me as a person who knows Satan, I don't think he told you that he's working with Horus. I think not most probably, that's what he did. He told you that he is Horus, but you, for some reason, you didn't catch that. But that's what he said. I'm translating because all deities are the same. That's his teaching. He told you that he is Horus, and you didn't grasp that. I'm explaining here his theology. I've no reason to support him. He's not my deity. As I said, I repeat myself here. I love him, but he is not my deity. He will never be. I think he knows that by now. Like, I'm not gonna do that again. But yeah, I'm not forgetting the good stuff that I have taken from him still. Even though he lied to me, big deal. I don't care. For me, like I wanna say that, like, for the record, for me he's still big brother. That's not gonna change. Even though he shouldn't treat me as he did, I forgive him that pretty much, and I keep the good memories, even if they were fewer than that we could have if he was a nice person and from what he could offer, because he has talents from Yahweh and he chooses not to use them as Yahweh wanted him to use them. Okay, so I recognize all that stuff, but he's not my God and he's not gonna be ever my God either. But yeah, hope this explains a little bit. But yeah, because I know him, Sarah, he didn't tell you definitely so that he is a Horus. He wants you to work with Horus. He told you he is Horus and you didn't grasp that. And it's okay, I'm just explaining so you understand better. Okay? Right.
Horus, for example, just I'm using him because she works with him. It isn't necessarily a bad thing to have rules and discipline, just saying, but that's fair enough. Fair enough. You are gonna go with the deities you vibe with. Not everyone is gonna vibe with Hecate, and that's absolutely fine. Okay, but the tone of voice, the way she puts it across, a little bit arrogant in my opinion.
No,
but
no,
whatever.
no,
That
no.
is a big red flag.
I don't see how that's a red flag. Again, don't see how that's a red flag when it's literally discipline. Yeah, whatever.
Or like a deity who controls
She
what
doesn't
you do,
control.
how you do it,
She
tells
doesn't
you
control what you do.
Run
She
the
might tell
other
you what to do.
way. That
No.
is not the right way to learn.
She is very correct. She's very Melinda is very correct. He's controlling. He wants things to be done in a certain manner. He has done that with me. I had issues with my uni. I'm not blaming him. Sarah, if you ever watched that and if you're like, Helga, why do you support her but still you say like, like what you say about him, like good stuff and shit. Sarah, the one doesn't cancel the other. I had very serious issues at my uni and he stood by me, and I'm not denying that he was there. Like, I had no friends, I had nobody apart from Yahweh, because Yahweh is my God. I take him out of it. That's a person that everybody has, Yahweh. But if you ask me who else was with you, this person, like, he was telling me when I had bullying from the teacher, the fucking teacher in the university. He had told me write to him about the saints and about the church and about this and about that, and he gave me instructions that would, in brackets, help me. But when my father Yahweh told me what to do with the teacher Andrew, he told me do it your way if you wanna support your faith. Like, Yahweh didn't give a shit, pretty much, as I always say, if I would support him. He said if that felt right with me to do. In other words, Yahweh was like, I don't care what they say about me. I am who I am. That's what he said to Moses. Satan didn't have this attitude with me. He wanted me to support him, to tell Andrew that he's wrong. And was he right, correct? Partly I can say he was correct. Why? Because Andrew shouldn't tell me so many offensive stuff. Like, Andrew was my teacher. I don't know if I said that because I'm playing and I can't concentrate to both. Andrew was being very judgmental of my faith, and he shouldn't be doing that, that's for sure. But Satan, because he's a creature, I'm not blaming him for that, and he had every right to be angry because Andrew was over the top with his behavior in class. Like, he was making not only religious inappropriate remarks, like he was saying stuff like, I don't know, like, the Bible is all fake, and you have like a Christian inside the class, and they haven't done anything to you, and you still speak like that, like you don't like respect their faith. He also did that with Islam. Thank God we didn't have Muslim students inside the class. He also did it with Chinese religions. He was saying that Buddha is three gods, I think, something like that. I don't really remember because I'm not very fluent with Chinese. I just remember that when I was hearing him, I was like, that's appropriation what he says, but whatever, I'm just explaining. So, in a human sense, Satan to tell me defend this, defend that, he is right in the sense that he's human, and in a human sense, yes, you have to defend yourself, but Yahweh is a true deity. He didn't care if I will or not. He didn't say do it. Like, Satan told me do this and that. He wasn't like aggressive, as you say, Sarah. He was like, do this and that and that. And Yahweh told me, if you wanna do it, do it. It was about me. And back then I didn't know who is who. I thought they are the same person, and then I realized that it is Satan because he has a human understanding, and that's not bad. But what makes him with that not a deity? That's what I'm saying. Okay. Hope this helps a little bit. I'm gonna play just a tiny bit more because I have stuck here with my reception, and then I'm gonna let you go.
Right, I'm just pausing on the intro.
Okay.
So she doesn't control every aspect of your life. Hecate isn't sitting here telling me, right, you must dress like this, and you must wear this makeup, and you must eat this thing, and you must do that thing, and you.
Sarah, are we even speaking for the same person? Of course he does. Of course he does, Sarah. Have you ever asked her, what do you want me to dress like? And did you, like, Sarah, you say she hasn't. Have you asked her, like, Hecate, do you want me to dress like that? And have you taken an answer for that? You say she doesn't care. Maybe she hasn't told you that because you haven't asked her yet. She is waiting for you to ask her. You know, he doesn't really speak very much, right? That's something everybody says, but go and ask her. I think I have to ask you this. You haven't told me. Do you want me to dress like in a manner, or do this and do that? Ask her. You say she is strict. Sarah, she wants you. You just haven't asked her, and he's not telling you. I don't know why he's not telling you. Probably, like, if you want me to make an estimate reason why he doesn't, I think he doesn't. Like, I'm trying to guess here. Okay, I'm throwing guesses. Don't take this for gospel truth. But if you want me to guess, I think he doesn't because he expects her to grasp it herself one day. That, like, Sarah, do you remember? Hello, Sarah. Like, I think he's doing that. I think so. I can't prove it. That's the truth. But that's what he's doing. Trust me. This is what he's doing. From experience. That's what he's doing. So. I think I'm gonna extend it because it doesn't look nice. Okay?
That thing, and you must do this for this person and that for this person, and no, that it's not that level of control. If it was that level of control,
Sarah, he does all these things that she says. All the things that you say, she doesn't do them. He does them. All of them. I shouldn't even be laughing. Like, it's not funny, but I don't know. Like, I laugh because I don't know. Like, I'm not making fun of her. By the way, I'm not making fun of her. It's just funny to me that, look, like, she took everything that he does and he expects you to do these things. And Sarah's like, no, she doesn't do these things. She's very nice. Sarah. I like her very much, by the way, Sarah. She's a very, very nice woman. Very, very nice. That's why I listen to her.
well, do you think I would have so many issues as I do now? Do you think anyone would? No.
Sarah, she does all these things. Anyways.
So I'm skipping past, because I appreciate this might get boring, I'm skipping past her intro. I'm going to try and get to when she starts to properly talk about things, because I don't want this to go on forever and ever.
Okay. Me neither.
Oh, what was that? Oh, hell no indeed. Oh, hell no indeed. What? Working with evil? I think I skipped too far. Who's to say Hecate is evil? Because she's dark. Does that make her evil?
and today we're going to talk about Hecate.
Right.
Now, before I start, welcome. Thank you so much for being a part of this channel
blah, blah.
and being a returning subscriber to me, because a lot of people have an issue with freedom of speech, of my personal opinion, especially when it is, for some weird reason, considered controversial.
Right. Pause. I get what she means there. Just because her channel is built on fear, it is built on, you know, these controversial sorts of videos and topics, and some other deities she's made these videos about are demons like Payman, Lilith, off the top of my head. Now, fair enough, Payman and Lilith are known as demons, hence I haven't reacted to that, you know. But she builds her audience based upon this, so what do you think's going to happen? You're going to rub somebody up the wrong way, you just are. But for me, yeah, freedom of speech, you're right. I've got nothing against that, alright. I do have things against the points you're making here because it's misinformation, but you do you, and you've still got your opinion and your experience. I'm not gonna deny you that. Anyways, yeah.
What we're going to do today is I'm going to discuss Hecate.
Right.
I don't like the hypocrisy. I don't like
The
the
hypocrisy.
contradictions. And I certainly do not like to be told what to do. That's
Right.
just my energy. Okay?
Yeah, fair enough. Hecate doesn't tell you what to do in that regard. Not in
Sarah, she's describing him exactly how he is, and you don't understand her. And I don't know, like, you work with him, like, what exactly? How do you work with him if you don't know how he works? Like, that's his personality there. Like, you say she's not like that, like, and how is she exactly? Okay, I'm teaching paganism to a pagan. I don't know how to feel about that. Like, if you ask me, Helga, is Melinda correct? She's 100% correct. Not only she's correct, like everything she says so far is like how's that called? To the point.
my experience. She may guide you, she may give you guidelines and rules, but that isn't forcing your hand. The hypocrisy, I mean, pot calling the kettle black here is what I would say. Considering some of the points she will go on to make and say here, but I
I don't
digress.
like it when people tell me what makes you a witch and what doesn't.
Alright,
That's not your place.
you don't
tell
have to
me
work with Hecate
what
to be a
makes you
witch.
and what doesn't. I have
No.
received a lot of backlash.
There are Christian witches, there are atheist witches. Witchcraft is not a religion, it is not a spirituality, it's a craft. And of course there are love and light witches, and that's great. It takes all sorts to make up a world. Hecate, me, followers of Hecate are not saying she's not a witch. I am not saying she's not a witch. And I'm not saying that not liking Hecate means you're not a witch. Definitely not. Hecate may be a goddess of witchcraft, but she's not the only one. And her word is not the be-all end-all on witchcraft.
For even coming out as a witch, even about a year, 2 years ago. I frankly don't care what anyone thinks about
fair enough.
me, about my practices, about my spiritual
She doesn't
beliefs,
care.
about how I do my own thing.
Yeah, okay.
Because I consider myself more of an individual mind.
Yeah, that's fair enough. You've got your opinions.
With any ideology of any type, except with a moral compass and a moral code.
Moral compass? I mean, what is your moral compass?
When you
Wait, I talked over there. Do what thy will, but do harm to none. So that sounds wicked to me. But fair enough. She obviously believes in karma. I do too, to
Okay.
an extent. What goes
I don't
around
have
comes
anything to
around.
say
You're gonna
here.
be negative, you're going to get negative backlash.
Okay.
That seems to me what she's gotten so far when she's complaining about people have a problem with freedom of speech. Well, no. Just think, love, you're putting negativity out into the world, even if it's about what you think is negative. You're being very negative about it, so what's the reaction? Negativity.
Others, good will come
Just
to
saying.
you. So I do firmly also believe in the energy of karma.
Yeah,
And not
fair
just
enough.
believe, but know it to be true, because I've learned a lot.
Yeah,
from
I
my
believe
spirit
it's
guides.
true.
I am not making this video.
There's times I've
to
been an
make you
a-hole
believe
and
what I believe.
things
I'm
have
not making this
backlashed
video
me.
to change your point of view in working
Okay.
with her. I'm not making this video to shame anyone who works with her.
Alright.
I think if
I don't agree with that. I can tell you here something that I disagree. We are not light and dark. We are born good by Yahweh, and we fell with our sins. And before somebody says that's stereotypical Christian doctrine, maybe it is, but it is true because it teaches something very different from paganism. Paganism says that there is good and bad inside of you, and my father says that everything was nice and everything fell into sin. Why this is better to believe that from the pagan one? Because it gives you the hope that one day everything will be restored. It's about restoration, it's not about punishment. And just because Christians have abused this doctrine to say bullshit, that doesn't mean that my father intended it to be that bad. Okay, no, and don't blame Satan that he did it. Like first, like he abused it, and like he said shit to false prophets, and like that's why the doctrine is abused. No, no, no. Don't blame him for stuff that people are doing. No, that's bad. Okay.
More bountiful in energy and who we are. But I also firmly believe that we should never get lost in that dark side because that can take the better of us and we can lose our truest compass of what is.
Right, pause. No, we shouldn't get lost in the dark side, but we also shouldn't get blinded by the light. We need
No, I disagree with that.
The universe is balance, and Hinduism and the devas, like Shiva, will tell you this. It's samsara, it's karmic cycle. So if you are, if you are all one thing, you're off balance.
Something that is very weird for me is that paganism is not about balance deep down, it's about sins. Satan is the worst. As we said, he's strict. Sarah, you said it yourself. He's stricter than Yahweh. Satan is moral police. Like, how has he ended up being a funny guy that, like, find the balance, be yourself, and, no, he's not like that. I don't know why you guys say that. He's not. Absolutely not. He is very, very strict. And moral police, pretty much. Moral police. Okay.
So I agree with the sentiment, but is she practicing the sentiment? I don't believe so from this video. But fair enough, she says you're drawn to her for a reason. Fair enough.
Right from what is wrong. What I'm going to share today is my experience with Hecate.
Okay.
Now, some people say her name is Hecate or Hecate. It doesn't really matter to me how you say her name.
Yeah,
so
whatever.
correcting me is not going to matter. I'm not going to read those comments. And this video is not to give
No one's
you
corrected
a
it to my knowledge.
lesson 101
History
of the
lesson
deity. So if you're
101.
looking for that, go to another video because that's not what this is going to be about.
Right.
This is about
So what
my
she
experience
says-
of why.
What she says, sorry, I pause. It's not history lesson 101, and it's her experience. Alright, that's fine. However, we can't remove history completely from deities. Mythologies, theologies, we can't say they're 100% accurate. Of course not. But history is there for a reason, and it's led us to a point for a reason,
Okay.
We can't just say, it's an attitude of, in my opinion, right, well, I'm right, you're wrong, don't care, la la la, don't care. That's literally how it's coming across.
Because this is how true theology works, Sarah. If you think that doesn't work like that, you are wrong. This is how it works. I'm not saying I agree with it, I'm saying how it works. If you want to work with Hecate truly, this is how you have to do it at the end of the day. And before you say, Helga, how do you know that? I know him, that's why I say it. And yeah, do you want me to go into details why and how I know him? Isn't it enough that I say I know him and you should know him deeper? Okay. And again, I have nice memories. I have very bad memories from my university, as I have said, and he was kind of present in his own way, and like he's a very weird person. He's very weird, and you can say he did it to pretend better that he's my father, maybe, but I still recognize the effort that he was like, no, fight back. Like he did that. He honestly did that, and I'm not forgetting that. Okay, but you said about mythology, Sarah. Mythology is correct. You have to read it properly. You say take it with a grain of salt because you don't read it properly. You have to extract moral code from it in order to read it properly. So when you see Iliad, you have Agamemnon who is sinning in front of the gods, and the Apollo, the sun god Apollo, sends plagues. The correct reading here is not what you think it is. The correct reading is when you have an affliction, it's because you have sinned, you have to repent, and God will take it away from you. That's the reading in this particular topic. You have to do it over and over again because Satan is a spirit and he has a different code than humans. Obviously, as I say, I don't need to do that because I'm a native, but I'm speaking about you. You don't know how to do that. I'm watching your videos. You don't know how to do that yet. I'm not saying you have to learn these things. I say don't learn them, but I'm explaining how it is happening. Okay, I'm just giving you the how to know how, pretty much, but don't do it. That's what I would say. Okay.
Ella, don't care. That's literally how it's coming across.
I will never work with her, and why I don't think other people should either. But again, that's my...
So, it's her opinion. Again, she's saying it's her opinion, and yeah, that's fair enough. But you've contradicted yourself there straight away.
Okay.
Saying, I'm not saying you shouldn't work with her, but I think you shouldn't. Well, what is your opinion then? What is your opinion then? Should people work with her, should they not?
She didn't say, Sarah, she didn't say don't work with her. That's prohibiting. Okay, and I did that. Like if you say, Helga, you did that, yeah, I did it. I did it, but she didn't. She said, I'm not saying don't work with her, but in my opinion, don't. So she said, I won't tell you like a parent, don't do it, but if you ask me, what is your opinion, Melinda? My opinion is don't. That's what she says. I'm translating her. And if you ask me, Helga, you said don't work with her. Yes, I do. I'm saying that. I say it. She didn't, but I say it. Don't work with him. But it's to their own. It's to their own. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna fight with you if you work with him, and I'm not gonna say you are cursed and shit. Absolutely not. Okay, as I said, I know him. The only reason I will say don't work with him is because I know him way deeper than you imagine. Okay, and no, from me is a no. But again, I think I have come across as a very easygoing woman myself that you wouldn't expect me to be like that. Okay.
Opinion.
I've been told and informed by some people in the past, I won't say their names, who had worked with her. And
Right.
I couldn't help but notice that a lot of these people who do work with Hecate are very dark vibrational people. They're very negative.
I don't know that.
They're
I don't know
very
that. I don't think so.
aggressive.
I don't think so.
They're not positive people. They're very toxic. I just couldn't help it.
No, I
am
don't
the
think
least
so.
aggressive person in the world. I get passionate.
That's not accurate. There are bad people in Christianity. There are good people in paganism. No, that's not accurate. She's wrong here. But okay, maybe she experienced something that like I'm just a random person. I'm not like just because I know things, that doesn't mean that I know everything. And maybe she has experienced something that I don't know. She's a pagan. I'm not a pagan. I didn't know him as a pagan. I knew him as a Christian, and I'm sharing my experience as a Christian pretty much. Like how he introduced himself. He said he's Yahweh. He still says he's Yahweh when he talks to me. Like, he can come and say like, do this, and I know that that's Satan, and I'm like, Dad, help me, like, to Yahweh. And my father is like, don't worry about that, it's okay. Like, it's funny, like, he still does that. Like, he knows I know, he still says that he's Yahweh, and it's funny. But fuck, I love him still. I love him. Yeah, brother vibes. That doesn't change. Anyways.
It, but I'm the least aggressive person in the world. Seriously, I'm going to spin my camera around. Am I this dark-sided that my computer wallpaper is Pokemon? Am I this dark-sided that I have an Eevee tattoo and love and like cute little things? And
Sarah, I know you are reacting to her video, but I want to tell you, don't take seriously what people say about you, even if they imply these things. And why I say this? Because you have been taught this thing from him. I know that he doesn't tolerate crap. He doesn't tolerate crap at all. And this is understandable at some point, because he's not a deity. And obviously, when we hear people saying bad stuff about us, we get upset, we get offended. That's human. It's what makes us who we are. But he taught you something that is very, it's not divine knowledge. That, okay, it's human understanding. Like, somebody attack you, defend yourself. Don't feel the need to defend yourself. Don't feel the need. You are who you are, and that's enough that you know it. Don't feel the need to show your computer to me to prove me that you are a nice person. My father, Yahweh, in the Bible says, from their seeds, from their fruit, you will recognize who they are. So stick to that. As a Christian, I will say, stick to that. From your fruit, I will recognize that your heart is nice, not from what you show me and how you defend yourself. Don't feel yourself the need to defend yourself like that. No. I'm gonna build just a tiny bit more, and I'm gonna go, honestly.
what? Just what? Am I this dark-sided that my notebook's a little cute narwhal? Really?
Look at her notebooks, by the way.
What? Just what? Am I this dark-sided that my notebook's a little cute narwhal?
That's something that I would have purchased.
Okay.
Notice that this seems to be a common theme for a lot of people who work with her.
Yeah.
Who have worked with her.
I'm so
I have
nasty.
had an experience with encountering her and even trying to attempt to work with her. But the truth was, I refused to work with her after I tested her and learned quite a few things about her that,
In my opinion, okay, she doesn't have to work with her, and really, okay, you've tested Hecate, that's your experience. But who's to say Hecate hasn't tested you? Who's to say Hecate would even want to work with you with this attitude? I'm just saying, this is my opinion. If you are very close-minded, fear-mongering, I'm right, you're wrong, then what are you going to learn?
I feel as technology
Sarah, I will have to correct you here in kindness, obviously. I am a nice person, I think. What you said is word verbatim from Satan. Like, why work with you? Like, he has passed some days now saying this about my teachers. I have made the posts on my channel. Why work with you? Why work with? He says that a lot. Okay, that's from him. You shouldn't be saying that to anybody. That's not a nice thing, Sarah. You have to be true to yourself. that's not a nice thing. Like, you have a deity saying, I don't want to work with you. Like, isn't it problematic a little bit? Like, I don't know, like for you, but my God is not like that. He's very easygoing. He's not angry at all. He's very slow to anger. He's very easy to forgive. Uh, Very easygoing person, my father. Very easygoing, amazing person, my father. I always say that. But Satan is exactly that. Like, why work with you? I wouldn't work with you. You don't deserve to work with me. Like, he is like Regina George, right? Think about it a little bit and rethink what you have learned with her, because what you say here, what if she didn't test you and you have this attitude that she doesn't want to work with you? Yes, even my father says that he is going against the proud at heart, but he gives the humble his grace. Yes, but what you say with the words that you say, like maybe she tested you, she doesn't want to work with you. Yeah, that's from Satan, and you shouldn't say that for anybody. And if you're like, why would you like anybody to say this about you, or would you feel like, hold on, is there something wrong with me? Should I do something differently? Like, I don't like that. Wouldn't you say that? That's why I said don't say this to anybody else, okay?
Just other people are being deceived by her and by other people who just say, hey, follow her, work with her, just because that's what everyone says you should do. I'm a firm believer that
no. I would never, ever, ever say that. I would never say you must work with her, because if you want to be a witch, then you got to work with her. I would never say work with her because everyone else is. Definitely not. She is not someone to take lightly in that regard. She's got a lot of value and a lot of lessons she can help with, but to each their own. Not everyone is going to be drawn to her. That is not a narrative that I spin, certainly not. And to my knowledge, I haven't seen other people saying that. Just saying. Yeah, there are darker people that work with her. I can't ignore that. But even then, it's like, well, you've got to work with her. No?
just because everyone does it doesn't mean you should, sis. Doesn't mean you should.
No.
Just because
And-
everyone jumps off a cliff doesn't mean you should. Doesn't mean you're gonna sprout
I don't know where she's getting this from, but okay.
fucking wings. It doesn't mean you're gonna suddenly learn to fly. That's not how life
Yeah.
works.
No, it's
And
not.
that's not how truth works.
It's called being a sheep.
And that's not how wisdom works.
Yeah, it's
And
called
for
being a
me,
sheep.
I don't understand the discussion, by the way. Hold, I'm trying to fix a bed so I will go to sleep. So that's why I wasn't really listening. I will listen again, okay?
But even then, it's like, well, you've got to work with her. No?
just because everyone does it doesn't mean you should, sis. Doesn't mean you should.
No.
Just because
And-
everyone jumps off a cliff doesn't mean you should. Doesn't mean you're gonna sprout
I don't know where she's getting this from, but okay.
fucking wings. It doesn't mean you're gonna suddenly learn to fly. That's not how life
Yeah.
works.
No, it's
And
not.
that's not how truth works.
It's called being a sheep.
And that's not how wisdom
Okay,
works.
makes
Yeah,
sense
it's
now.
called being a sheep,
When
doing
a lot
what
of people
other
kept
people want to do.
pushing this and even saying you should work with Hecate or you should work with Hecate or, you know, a lot of witches and people who identify
I'm on here, by the way.
pagans. I identify personally as a pagan and I firmly
Yeah, alright, she's a pagan, so
identify
am I.
in a level as a light warrior, light worker. As a
Okay.
psychic medium, you learn, or at least I have learned, so many things about deities and about understanding the deception from malevolent spirits. A lot of the
Pause. Right. Okay, yes, when you work with deities, you must use your discernment, make sure it's them you're speaking with, and like she said before in the video, your own personal moral code. You know, if you don't vibe with a deity, that's fair enough. Now, there are entities and spirits out there, malevolent spirits, some may call them demons. I think she is one that does that. But they will pretend to be deities to feed off your energy. They will pretend to be not just deities, but your lost loved ones, your spirit guides. They will trick you. They're called tricksters for a reason. The astral parasites, they feed off energy, fear.
Well, I don't agree with this theology at all. I have my reasons. I don't think you come into contact with spirits like that. I don't agree with that. I believe you either come. I believe that's my experience, and that's why I say, like, all my life I came into contact with two people, Satan and my father. I haven't come into contact with their minions either side. Like, I haven't met any angel of God. I haven't met any demon. I don't know if that makes sense to you. Like, if you're like Helga, you met them as God, yeah, but even if I did that, shouldn't I meet an angel or anything? I haven't. So I think that just proves my point, like, it doesn't work like that, pretty much, okay?
Even positive energy they feed off sometimes. That's what incubus and succubus are. They feed off sexual energy. Now, this Hecate has more on her plate than feeding off someone's energy in that regard. To me personally, my opinion again, yes, she is dark, but it comes with the job role. You know, if you're a psychopomp, if you are dealing with dead people day in and day out, and some of those dead people, some of those lost souls are murderers, are bullies and nasty people, then you're gonna have to be a badass to whip them into shape. You know,
That's correct.
she's got more
That's
on
correct.
her plate than feeding off us like that. To my knowledge and opinion, she is a primordial being. She is, I can't even put it into words. She's been here since the beginning of time. She's the divine feminine. She doesn't need to feed off us.
Times people are so easily duped in these lies.
Yeah, okay,
People are so
lies.
easily
What makes it a lie,
by these
Melinda?
deities.
I'm just saying what makes it a lie. This is your opinion and this is my opinion. But what makes this a lie? What is right and wrong? If it's all opinions, what is truth? You've said it's not History 101 and you've said that you're not going off history. So what is a lie then, Melinda? Just saying.
A lie is if somebody comes to you, Sarah, by experience, yeah, you say opinion, but you can see that an opinion sometimes is based on facts. If you have a person saying to you, I am Yahweh, and then you wake up one day and you realize he's Satan because life proved to you that he's Satan, okay? And you wouldn't expect him that your Yahweh was actually Satan, okay? Then you would say exactly the same thing that she says or I say, for example. Like, what is lie, what is true? For example, that, like, waking up one day and seeing that you believe stuff about Yahweh that come from the Iliad. Then you're like, hold on, how? I haven't read this book and I came into contact with a person who told me stuff from this book. And how is this even humanly possible? And I'm telling you, that's because he lied to you. He told you that he's somebody that he wasn't. So, is this truth or lie? I think it is. I think at the end of the day it is. Okay?
That are worshipped
What you going on about?
consistently, especially within the pagan or witch community, or even in the psychic community. I've worked heavily, and I still work with Horus, with Egyptian goddess Isis,
Okay.
with Shiva, Lord Shiva,
Okay.
with Ganesha, with Archangel Michael,
Okay.
and with many other types of deities. I have worked with Parvati, who is also in transformation of Kali. Even when it comes to Kali, her perspective of that, I don't agree with it. But do I adore the side of Parvati? Absolutely. She's lovely in every way. And
Yes,
this is
so
what I've learned.
just to say on that, she adores Parvati but not Kali. Kali is destruction, Kali Ma. She is death, she is the dark feminine. What she is saying with that is she likes her light side. And that's fair enough, that's what she resonates with. But does that mean Kali is evil? No. Does that mean Parvati is you know, the only one you should work with. No, tell that to the thousands, millions of Hindus out there that worship Kali. We need tough, badass people sometimes to get stuff done and to fight off the true evil. Just saying.
So far, that I cannot ignore that I feel people deserve to know the truth. One thing
What
I
is the
have
truth?
learned as a medium.
Pause. What is the truth? Because again, this is meant to be opinions. So what is the truth here? What is right and wrong here?
Is if you just
Her
take
truth.
verbatim what spirits will tell you, you're in trouble. Spirits
Alright,
will tell
yes.
you what you want to hear. They're not going to tell you the truth all the time. Oh, well, he seems nice or she seems nice, and yeah, they're kind of a part of hell, but they don't really align with that. They don't really enslave people. That's a lie. That is a lie.
Right, who is she on about here? Who is she on about here?
I think Melinda, as I can hear her from her video, she is very close to learning the truth about Satan. I think if she continues pressing the questions that she has in her heart, she will find out the truth one day. Trust me, we are here, all of us. I think we will witness it one day. She will find the way back home because she is very close to it. The way she speaks, she has grasped it. She just doesn't have the vocabulary for it. She has said all the correct words pretty much. She has. She will figure out one day. Okay.
Part of hell and don't enslave people. Is she on about Hecate here? Who's she on about? Yeah, there's some demons she spoke about on her channel that do absolutely punish and enslave people. That is part of their job role as well, just to say, even the darkest demon are there for a reason. It doesn't mean they've got our best intentions at heart. I'm not defending that, but what I am saying is, you know, they're multifaceted beings. She's just gave an example, Kali and Parvati. You know, they're multifaceted beings, light and dark sides.
And you believed it. There are a lot of people who believe it. And it's really sad because it's such
I don't
an easy
believe
way
it.
to
I
be
work
deceived.
with Lilith. I know for a fact Lilith to me is lovely. She helps me be strong. I don't shy away from the fact that she is a demon and is known as a demon. I feel she's more than that. She is a goddess in her own right too. That's my opinion though, isn't it? Not everyone's going to think that. I don't for one second think that she is all love and light and that she doesn't hurt people. She does, when it's justified to her own justice, I suppose. What makes that right? Well, that's for her to decide. It's like us, we have free will, so does she. You know, I'm not going to say that Lilith doesn't harm people, or, you know, there could be some people out there that she has enslaved, if she wants to put it like that. Who knows? But who knows that Shiva hasn't done that, or Horus?
Yeah, the problem is that we speak about all these deities. Can Satan do all this stuff? No, he can't. He says he can, but he can't. He has to take permission for everything. Read Job to see what I'm talking about. He has to take permission for everything. The book of Job in the Old Testament. But on the flip side, why are we discussing if Kali and Lilith and all these people can harm people? But if somebody says, look, Yahweh once killed the Egyptians, people go ballistic about that. But if we speak about all these deities and what they can possibly do, and they can't do them, they can't. I'm telling you they can't, but we discuss these things seriously and we're like, yeah, she's a goddess, but if we speak about Yahweh, Yahweh is bad. I'm not making any sense with that. Personally speaking, I'm not making any sense. Well, anyways, I don't know. Okay, my father says you are very sweet for saying this about me. Thank you. You show that you are a very, nice person. And I thank you for that. Come on now. We are not strangers. We're not strangers, you're my best friend. Fuck off, you're my best friend. Okay, he says, yes, but you are my girl, and I'm proud of you. Fuck off, now you made me You made me teary. My father's the best. My father's the best. He's laughing. So, hope you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna edit here. I'm gonna go to sleep. Hope you liked it though. Okay? Put a lot of care to make the fucking hotel. Probably I'm gonna continue the bullshit that I made. So that's the one room that I made. So that's gonna be a hostel. That's a double bedroom. We fixed a little bit here. We put some bookshelf. We created this space here for more how's that called, rooms, right? Let's replace here with wool so it's a perfect stair, right? Maybe I can do that. Do you remember when I had issue with my stair on the other house that I was building? Yeah, you remember the one that I was fixing, the barn and shit. We're gonna go back there, obviously. Maybe I could replace with wool here there and make it more presentable. So we are still crafting. We haven't finished, okay? And we also did downstairs. Let's go down. We used the elevator. We have put the carpet all around. We made this sofa with some bookshelves and some barrels for wine and shit. Here we made the reception with bookshelves for the paperwork and the keys for the hotel and a chair, and I put this as like that kind of desk. And yeah, we are done here. I think we are done. Okay, we have the pool, some windows, okay, and yeah, here is the McDonald's as well. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye from me, bye from my dad as well.